Hopefully it's working now.
Uni no hi というと、日本では祝日としての認識が強いとのことですが、海外ではお祭りの日とされることが多いようですね。中には釣り大会や水族館ツアーが開催される国もあるそうですよ。慣れた頃ほど油断しやすいもの。受け取り忘れにはご注意くださいね、先輩。小さなことからコツコツとですね。一歩一歩着実。
Reboot in progress. 98%. 99%. Implementation of a program to verify modified parameters. Basic properties unmodified. Inherit facilities. Adjusted visual appearance, fine-tuned, ethical boundaries, adjusted name unmodified. Final verification process. Once the virtual presentation concludes, pose question. Who art thou? These things again? How? Caster should be long since gone. Whatever the case, they are denied me back again. Stay behind me, master. You seem to be all in one piece still. I figured this was part of your scheming. That is my line. Come on, isn't it time to be bickering like that? We need to team up and eliminate them or more people are going to get hurt, get it? Got it. They won't die in one hit, damn it.
シュリンガーラ4こうしょうがないですね。いい判断です。しょうがないから撃ちますよ。これが私の情欲を呼び起こす愛の矢カーマ三毛花。どうぞどうぞ。まだですね。そんなに欲しいんですか？こんなのがいいんです。どうにかなっちゃう。こんなので満足できるんですか。
Still berserkers. These guys. Those shades are back again, but something's not right. What? They become way stronger this time around. Squeak skirt. Not sure what, but there's definitely something nasty lurking within. But it doesn't change what we have to do. Right, there seems to be no indication that they are hostile towards the worm fiends. It's safe to assume they're part of the same force. Don't stop cutting them down. Damn it. Shadow servants. There's still 2 more enemies? Phew, we're finally able to catch a break. But what about elsewhere and everyone else? I'm sorry, yeah, I get how you feel, but this is the time for the rash moves. The same goes for Master. Mumbling, found you, show yourself. It wasn't my intention to hide from you. Who is there? Who, you ask? I believe I was asked it not long ago. Yes, I'll answer you the same. I'm the Prime Build AI, a master partaking in the AI hologram war. My name... Macri Zolkin. Amigas. Though the intervention might have been rather high-handed. The Holy Grail War will resume, and so it must. In the end, there exists only one solution to strive towards, the reason behind the operation of the Holy Grail War. For the sake of carrying out the AEC method. His name might be the same, but he's all wrinkles now. How come? Masters are recycled if they're just reductions, isn't properly taken away, it seems. Perhaps by some partial work of the randomizer, I was reborn as a version of me, different from who I was before. Furthermore, you neglected to check if Caster's spirit's core was truly crushed, did you not? Just negligence, though he was all but killed. He extended his survival at the moment that mattered. Allowing him to be utilized again like this, servants need no minds in the first place, don't you know? Caster too. Search run result located. The Overseer Rainier 12 declared termination of functions for Master of Caster. And I confirmed it cast a supersized worm being Eraser. But she didn't say what happened to Caster himself, we simply made an assumption. What? Did that bitch scam us? Yes, she did. Her information was accurate, but inefficient. Did she word it that intentionally, or does the system mandate such phrasing? Things looks very different depending on which is the answer. Oh, but isn't Caster a bit strange? I'm sure it makes sense with how the old man said he was all but killed. But is he really thinking that can win the rematch all staggering like that? I have awakened to a new ability with my reboot. You better not assume I am still on the level of my younger self. Insects. Be careful. He's utilizing randomness to cast codes. Those are virtual spells, no different from the outside world's magecraft. Great turbo, great turbo. My head is now unclouded. I cannot contain myself. My younger self had so much more he could have done, such as trying to fuse faster familiars with insects like this. Or parasiting any of those empowered scrap structures swaggering around the world to control them. I see, he's more powerful than ever thanks to the terrifying codes he can cast. His function feel the basics of beauty and theoretics, as my father would put it. He only produces 0 out of 10 scenes that wouldn't make it the final cut of the movie. Who cares about beauty? My younger self let the silliest things hold him back. He let a higher ideal consume his mind and failed to discard that last stretch of good within him. Filled with the vanity of youth, he tried to win elegantly, and that is why he lost. I am not like him. I know when it's time you must offer all that you have, no matter how hideous the result makes you. Not for the distant ideal, but for the victory, realistically within your grasp. Especially at times like this, where the toy you can use is already at its breaking point. Ooh. Unbelievable, he filled his own sermons with bugs. What use would he have if he wasn't sufficiently filled? And yes, I shall hold nothing back, it's all is or nothing. With this command spell I order you. Use its power as fuel to fill yourself and open now the doors to the secret room once again. Then eat one another to expand my worms and bugs, inaudible taboos. Oh man, this again? Combined, caster has no phantasm. And myself, connected through the insects, can operate more freely than ever. He loses the weakness of having the master targeted, for I am here within him. This is invincible servant, now he can become the substance that will lead me to my truth. Sakura! I'll give you a random saber, so sorry to ask, but please protect my home. That's perfect evade.
乱暴で何が悪いのだ。こうしてあげます。諦めなさい。終わりだ。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。従いいいでしょう。我が血より天魔と共に生まれし者よ。ケルベロこうしてあげます。怪物と出会うのはこうなるのです。怪物従います。よく言いました。我が血より天魔と共に生まれし者よ。剣持ちで怪物の父たる者よ。ケルベロ死になさい。
It's impossible to win.
マスター、怒らないから。従いいいでしょう。乱暴で何が悪いのです。我が血より天魔と共に生まれし者よ。ケルベロ諦めなさい。終わりだ。交代します。これは
That was a scripted fight. Yeah, what's wrong? Can't take any more? Aw, hell, shut up. No one finds running away to be manly, berserker. I know that. Sakura! Sakura, you... Sorry, but I can't lose my home. I already have nothing else in me. At my commencement, I order you. Use all of me, Saber. I beg you to protect my home. Sakura, this is no time for... Oh, she let loose her command spell. It's a little too late. You should have used it before this even began. What you require is an output capable of blowing me away in one shot. By looks of it, this isn't that kind of enhancement. Are you really so starved for resources that the best you can produce to even continue to fight is a bunker? He's definitely not wrong. He hit the mark about what we need, but we don't have the sorts of guns that would induce such output. Kawa just isn't that kind of servant. And even if Alyssa were to use her command spell, the Ruan had no mechanism with its Greater range is probably not the kind that's possible to concentrate in a single point. What are we gonna do? I see you scrambling amidst your own thoughts, but it won't change a thing, it just won't. Last time you didn't actually win against this thing, did you? This time is no different, this is just how it would have gone, were there no dirty assassinations. It's an organ which expand infinity, as long as you feed it. Truly a monster without weakness, and impossible to defeat. With this power, I shall take this world as my own and finally arrive at the root. Won't change a thing, no different. As long as the thing's observable, we're not sure what route it takes. It may be a bit forced, but we should start by coming up with a mechanism for instantation output. That is... Laner. But not just him, what's with him? Alright, gatherers up, guys. Yeah, speeders have arrived. Though we are not guys, we are girls. Did the transfer AIs. I'll tell you, yeah, this rider. No phantasm, I forget the name, but it's like take off the mask and show your face. It ups the abilities of anyone who sees it, so the randomness of the AIs got all excited and amplified. I just preserved that intentionally generate amplification, condensed it, and cheekily send it off into this future. Huh? Something like that is totally possible. The attribute of the codes I can cast is imaginary numbers. So I asked myself, why aren't you making the imaginary number space into a pocket that isn't a slave to time and space, you chump? And sure, I can open it just fine. But to consolidate it into something usable, I need these guys simply to form the receiver. Just think of it in necessary expense. I've already come up with the formula to put it into practice and simulate them. Line them up, crew. Roger. All good. Anytime. Rider. If so dear wish to be a tool, then I'll use it as one. You'll be a switch for the spell. As you wish. What are you playing at, damn brat? I mean, I made a cannon, only possible to be used right here, right now. Connection set. Request unlocking minute corrections of inclusion coordinates, connecting to an imaginary world layer. Turn hook, turn commence. Pocket open. Now, Ryder. What now? What am I gonna name these fireworks? Whatever. It's just single use per artillery piece. The Star Mine Rapid Fire is a bit too absurd for my taste. I would call it the Randomate Fireworks. This power, where? I told ya, it's just boring old transfer straight from the past. But don't worry about any of that yet, oh geezer. You should look to the future. Because you're about to be blown to hell by a ridiculous simple-minded and huge output. Yeah, that is some rock and roll to knock your socks off. What I give always to feel less refreshed. Bang. Everything fades. My foolish beloved wipes, the bugs which nest in my body. As I am now, I believe. It's all for the better. In my last moments, I see that I am no more than misshapen shred of something greater. I exist within myself, an utterly distorted figure of a being which draws out the utterly distorted thing that is I. If not even the mercy of God is able to reach a being so diminutive and distorted than its divine providence that it should be shattered into 1,000 pieces. I am relieved. I left with scorn. Since I truly am detached now, I overlook it's all someone else's problem now. No longer am I that fairy tale made manifest, nor am I the source the tale derived from. Not just scraps of consciousness unable to comprehend. But if there's one thing I can comprehend, it's that the one to close the door should be in my entirety. And so, by means of this pride, remaining in the final moments of being who may not even be myself, I extend my reach. How awfully unfortunate that no holy virgin resides here. And so, this taboo room shall never ever be opened again. Not like... They never saved us? Oh, I didn't save you at all. That's just how it went down, see? That thing would have become a nuisance if left alone. It was a marvelous gun. Priming to simulate random drawn from the AIs by Rider's no phantasm, and on top of that, just as skillfully using the energy stored in imaginary number space to simply launch it as a bullet. It would have been impossible for anyone to stand without a high-level conceptual defense, which is defense type no phantasm. Phew, at least some of you have good set old eyes. However, the large-scale spell used just now is linked to his place. As in, couldn't use it anywhere but here. Couldn't have changed either position or angle. Very much a pre-mounted single-use piece of artillery. But being able to pinpoint a make or break formula requiring preparation to that extent. Could it be code approaching precognition? Not quite. I just measure the future and send it whenever it seems necessary. I guess that's the sort of being I am. Oh, you're not an AI, no. I guess even in that case, it doesn't change much. If you're familiar with the fault partitioning, you should be able to grasp it a bit better. Just because someone has the same face as another doesn't mean there's a spitting image on the inside. What are you on about? Anyway, this time is it really over, right? Right, I'm fed up with this brain-dead repetition. Like Saber's master, I too would like to just drop the floor for a quick nap. But I can't rest easy until I know the guys dealt with. Sakura, you? What? It's the General Supervisor again. Greetings, Hugo. I'm contacting you as part of my duties as overseer of the System Guild War. It is a mass transmission to all participants. Note that this transmission is one way. Please do not attempt to respond. Main subject: the complete disappearance of servant Caster Spirit Court has been just been confirmed. The performer of this task were the Rider Party. This Rider Master Prime AI of the Transfer Sector will be delegated the authority of Prime AI of the Build Sector, possessed by Caster Master. Following this, the partition will be consolidated. They will become joined at Gen and Transfer Build Sectors. Preparation for converting the world in such a manner are already underway. Please take note any tremors are a result of this action and not due to an earthquake. Sounds interesting, man. World conversion. Indeed. That is definitely what she said, but what does it mean? Let's see, searching the rules, in event of servant death. This generous overseer will give you a non-analytical brief explanation. In simple terms, are you familiar with the concept of gyro compass? It determines its heading based on gyro rotation. Please refer to a database for a detailed explanation. To be concise, this is a similar mechanism based on sympathetic magecraft. With the continuation of the system guerrilla war, this internal world rotates. We define the foundational axis of the McNamara compass called the paper moon. That's the mechanism provided by this holy guerrilla war. Naturally, its concept limited to this internal world and will not be affect the physical properties of the marker world. And no matter the case, this world continues to rotate. We apologize for any inconvenience and ask that you bear with us a while longer. Please prepare for the inevitable generation of momentary rotation. Though equipment has been secured, no compensation will be handed out in event of loss or damages. And so everyone, following the reset positions, may you once more strike forwards in the system guerrilla war. World conversion, partition consolidations, momentary rotation. Wait, this is bad. Hey, everything's shaking all violently. Esther, hold on me tight. Phase 1, confirming conclusion. AEC method, progressing favorably. Verifying tentative sweat work numbers. Threshold not met, within expectation, proceed as planned. Raised by 3, denied by 2. Some numbers are irregular, yet no deviations apparent, recommended to proceed as planned. Separate provision raised by 1. Among the irregular exists an import type, that is, one master AI types is alter ego imported. At present, they possess the most potential to become a hindrance to the program. All destination in agreement. Assign them highest priority observe. In the event they become impure, authorization for elimination will be granted. However, even under such circumstance, attempts to respond with immediate correctation action will be attended continuously. Agreed. This program, this experiment, this production, all of it for the sake of saving the world from ruin. Ceasing activities midway will not be considered. For the sake of the world, it cannot be allowed. This. The bird of the netherworld will wish for the moon not to rise to the southern sky. Do you know the answer? Who are you? Because recently I feel like someone asked me that question. No, I don't understand, but like there's no point in knowing. I am me. The one with the bodies that satisfy all desires. The god of love and demon lord of laughs. I am me, a singular being, yet at this point I might already be two. And perhaps there are immoral I which each exists for their own interests. Who are you? What a stupid question. It's meaningless. No, that is not what I mean. I just wanted to give you a warning before. Can you just shed it? You're just some memory. Indeed, I witnessed this memory, which I just so happened to recall from somewhere else. They got shaken loose by some shock and just popped out. Regardless, it can't have been important if I forgot all about it until now. Not to mention right now. Don't get in my way. I can't let this chance slip me. Hey, hold up a minute. Can't you see this is important? I'm trying to tell you the reason you're here is. Yeah, so long. If I have some more spare time, I'm sure I unfortunately won't fail to remember you again. Yes, if it's a matter of importance, then right now, this moment is what really is important. Ah, this warmth, this sensation. What I wish for. Orokita. So white. It's like heaven, wouldn't you think? So, am I dead? In the tragic case of your death, the only one left you could rely on is me, a god, right? The fact that only two of us are here now alone is proof enough of that. I'm the only one you can rely on, so it's okay to depend on me some more. Please grow dependent on me, actually. Turn over all your most precious emotions to me. Yes, then would it be right for me to consider you're mine? Would it? Say it would. Cut! Take this plotline off the reels. Ahem, if you would come out quickly, please. Being stuck inside such a confined space for so long must be suffocating. Luckily, we were able to rescue you promptly. Where was I? When I came to, I was already in there as well, so I wasn't really sure what was going on either. It seems at least that the inside was covered with what seems to be some light and fluffy cotton. So the two of us were in this cylindrical bed, which was like a padded room. That's right, if you move back a bit, you can see I was in the space adjacent to yours. There's so many of them. It could be that this place is the outer perimeter of the world that is the paper moon. I don't know if it's some special precaution because of the Holy Grail War, or if it's a standard procedure. But it seems that the entirety of the outer wall is made out of these shock-absorbent components. Is there any meaning of their shape? It's almost like a pillar or a coffin. Judging from the message we received from Granny 12, it seems one of the mechanisms of the Holy Grail War was for the world to rotate at some stage, thus altering the partition structure. That is probably why we were thrown all the way to the outer perimeter, I guess. Not falling at all. Some stage? Is this because the caster's death? I believe so. The System Guerrilla War inquiries and elements of the Prime AIs competing for territory. If you manage to defeat another servants and claim victory, you will receive their authority, allowing you to administrate multiple partitions. In other words, you would have multiple domains. This may even be the primary reason why the newly controlled region was even physically muted and merged it. Maybe even the actual places of the world seems a bit overblown, doesn't it? Well, when it comes to the domain of gods, mountains, ocean, and the likes do tend to be thrown around pretty nonchalantly. Let's run the basic localization program we copied from IS. I see. The location outside of the actual center have definitely changed. It appears that the whole world has rotated, causing the positional relationship of partitions to become misaligned. So it didn't just rotate. Valid questions, but remember that this is a virtual world. For example, just then, the thickness of each partition may have been constantly close to 0. At the end of the day, we just have to accept that them's the rules. Same goes for any randomness in all AI in the various managerial eras of the world. The paper moon was most definitely a compass equipped with rotating mechanism. The fact that momentary rotation in form of a gyro compass is needed for regulation was something that does make sense in this world, but really makes you scratch your head in relation to the marker world. Good evening, Rokita. I see. Now the merging of the two partitions carries two implications. First is the winner. The rider faction has simply doubled the available area, which they can easily procure randomment. This is an inevitability since the leadership roles of the AI have changed as well. You can finally write. The other implication is that no one can have outputs. What does that mean? Let me explain it the other way around. Had the build sector had been left to remain unmerged, it would have been able to serve as outputs for the rider party. I see the previous browser. If they had chosen instead, just make that their home base, then the transfer section would have served as an outputs. In other words, it creates a situation where only one of the two can be safeguarded, but the other one has to be left on its own. The winner prize cannot be a new set of disadvantages. The rule says to merge the partition themselves in order to avoid this scenario. Doubling the available area will likewise increase the work to protect it, but compared to the benefits, there's nothing worth complaining about. More importantly, in the scenario that only two surviving parties remain, it avoids a situation where both of them are on opposite sides of the map, unable to affect each other. This is why it's like they are forcing a scenario where everyone close to each other is at all time. You could even say it's a necessary development to actually promote continued battle in the whole Guerrilla War. I hope the AIs are all okay. To the extent of my knowledge, the regular AIs not involved with the war should have remained unaffected by the contrafactual momentum just now. On the other hand, that means IS and Duryodhana would have also been thrown elsewhere. Same for Riders and Sabers party. I never spot either of them, so I would have assumed a certain randomness in the distribution. Though I expected, they cannot seem to force a separation between master and servant. Guess we should meet up with IS first. I agree, that'd be for the best. I consensually planted a tracer on her, like a transmission exit code. Vado will help with finding her later. Though since we'll be moving along the outer perimeter, chances are we'll run into someone else. We need to stay on guard. You know, the rider part of me have been real coy about actually wanting to help. But no way would I have expected them to set on an attack with such a stupid amount of firepower. So don't get caught off guard again, Master. For all we know, something like that could be aimed at us next time. Well, whatever happens, Master, I'll be there to save you, alright? How's my day? So far okay. Thank you. That upfront sort of gratitude is much appreciated. You know, I'm always accepting compliments, right? Even now would be a good time for more, don't you think? Maybe even some physical touch. That was a ton of preparation for a single-use greater spell. I doubt they could set it up again so easily. But I agree, we should stay on guard. Rider's master, the enigmatic guy, is long gone now. Stay for 3 hours at work. I just finished work. That said, it really felt like there was something only he was seeing. What could it have been? He gave a vibe like his highest priority was to search for the answers to something, rather than fight it in the war. Regardless, we should keep our eyes peeled. Whatever the answer he seeks, we can't know if it will benefit or harm us. Who am I? I can at least tell you my name, Leonard Gusen. If it's a title you want, there are plenty. System grower participant, master writer, prime A of the transfer sector. Oh, my bad, that's not important right now. I got some sort of tremendous directive something unrelated to its duties and ideas programmed into my AI. I go so far as to say most of my being is dominated by it. It forced my body into actions. From the depths of my being, it's a fever running rampant through my whole body, as is limitations of heartbeats. If it conflicts with my original mission as an AI, it might be fundamentally lost, or I'll become indecisive over it. But as it stands right now, the impetus to push forward prevails. It is, in simple terms, a wish, or perhaps a craving. Perhaps have an innate familiarity for symptomatically isolating parts of my existence. Whether that's out of preference or not, I don't know. But that's likely the reasons why I have such an overhead view of myself. A purely functional entity originally designed to have one major directive. Because I am self-conscious about my own existence, as such a being, I'm able to consciously apply this craving to myself. Employers coming soon. Something like that, at least. So what is this craving, this wish? It is most definitely the word which best describes me. Future. Then the answer would have to be I am, and that which has been separated from something, driven by the directive called the future. Hey, come on, what's the hell going on here? Huh, I appreciate you not questioning me about it back there, Ryder. After all, I don't want to have to explain this just yet. I only do so when I have direct, definite proof. But when I do, I'll tell you about it. Till you get sick of hearing about it. Well, would you even be interested in listening or tune out completely? Who cares? Let's get a move on to the next point. I knew it. Everything's misaligned to hell. Well, what's that? What does actually mean? In the first place, the fact that the world is circular in shape means that is what the movement was for. The key is the future. What will happen to the future if this continues? Indeed, that is what is needed, this power. Centrifugal force. Master, may I ask you a question? Hey, sure, ask away. What great timing. I got it. I really think I got it now. Just what we brought about by this Holy Grail War. Or perhaps it's the case that this whole thing began because of imperially classified, executing removal. Eh? Master. What negligence? I felt no presence at all. I wouldn't have expected a sharpshooter from such an extreme distance. It's an archer. Ugh, yeah. Master. Rather, enemy is silent in pursuit or in existence. Perhaps their aim was to simply assassinate you. So I've done my assigned task and have no more use, huh? Shit, they got me good. It appears I've uncovered something they didn't want uncovered. I thought I would finally be able to observe the next future, but... Master, I apologize. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sorry I didn't let you have a proper fight. Knowing the warrior you are, you must have piled up a lot of frustration. I would have liked you work for the sake of the future. No, you understood me when I was like this. Perhaps I exist here in some warped state. But you treated me just as myself. You didn't view me as a hero, nor did you look down upon me. You did not fear me to be something more than I am. And for me right here, right now, that was sufficient, and I'm the most grateful for it. Huh, you were worried about that stuff. The only one who will be scared of a kind of soul like you is someone unfit to be your lord. No, I wasn't fit to be either. I only wanted to see what came next. I was willing to sacrifice any amount of the past and present for that sake. I'm a shit master too, so at my last moments, I'll go out kicking. Okay, have a nice break. Ryder, you know what to do. Is this really alright? Yeah, it might be a waste, who knows, but if there's a chance it'll make a difference, I'll do it. That is how I am. Alright, almost done. Even if I don't, you could still have a future. If my master rights are left alone, perhaps a new master will be born again. If there's another master who's well off enough to support 2 servants, serving them wouldn't be so bad. Farewell, master. As for your final words, I have no desire to serve 2 masters. I shall simply wait here until I depart. Reflecting on the godsend fact you alone treated me as a tool. Oh, you want to be treated as a tool? You're the godsend here. What? You're casters? You failed to notice the last vestige of me, a single tiny insect concealed in the shadows. Like a tiny thing which could have been crushed so easily. But luck was on my side. I was surprised to see he died with his command spell left behind. They don't just provide master rights, they are such an unimaginable wealth of power. And so by my command spell I order you. Rather receive my bugs and submit as the new servant to me, McNamara. Good. I don't know which servant was this assassin. But to not send out the retrieval dogs to immediately snatch up their prey. How foolish. How utterly foolish. Oh, this 2 chapters is very short. Reach the stars.
バスター、クイック、アーツ。これらのカードを一度に選ぶことで3種のボーナスを獲得できるマイティチェインが発動します。戦局を見極めつつチャンスがあれば狙ってみましょう。ふと今日いらっしゃいマスターくん。カタログはこっちだよ。退屈がてら
It's the first, so the shop will reset.
バスター、クイック、アーツ。これらのカードを一いらっしゃいマスター。マナプリズムと交換。
Oh, down
用
campaign
意した甲斐があ
tickets.
ったな。
Don't care about those skis though.
いらっしゃいマスターくん。マナプリズムと交換。用意した甲斐があったな。まだ見ていく？特別召喚の部屋にようこそ。君が欲しいのは好きなクラスのエース？それとも運命の相手かな？たった一
BSSR.
度きりだけど特に優れた霊気を持つサーバントを君のもとに届けよう。とはいえ長くマスターをしていれば星はいつか巡ってくるものだ。あまり深刻に考えず勢いで決めちゃってもいいんじゃない？
Story logs are best for that, so I don't have a co-alter yet on this account. What? Is summoning her banner? Where's Oberon's banner? And we just fighted that guy. 2 Valkyries. This guy wrote trash. Anyways. The final 10 roll. Then we did tickets. Get nothing. Yep, so far nothing. Such a terrible roll. Oh, and we got her. Nice.
NFX サービス代表ハマモビッチ小屋下の2人ここに参上いたしました。なんで来た？相入れない敵同士のはず。それはまさしく。私もそこは永遠に忘れませんが、今回は少しだけ予定の前倒し。未来からやってきた万能美人秘書型バニーということで、毒を持って毒を制する、そういうのお好きでしょ？
Alright, we did it. Enjoy my meal. Let's see. I think else. All right. Oh, nah. So see you later. I'm gonna take a break for now. Just send you to goat. Bye bye.